Welcome back to Fast Market here on the TD Ameritrade Network. Let's bring in our next guest for our cash tag segment, and that's going to be Andy Swan, the co-founder of likeFolio. Welcome back to the show, Andy.
Thank you.
All right, so we're talking Best Buy, and you know, I was going over some of the things that they sell, Andy, and it seems like everything they sell, consumers aren't buying anymore like they were during the, the middle of the pandemic in 2020, 2021. Even at the start of last year. But, what kind of data are you guys seeing out of likeFolio ahead of this report?
Yeah, you kind of stole my thunder there. I mean, it's kind of like if you could put together a worst things you could possibly be selling in this economy list, you basically just walk up and down the aisles of Best Buy. Laptops and PCs getting creamed here. Home theater and appliances down significantly. This just isn't the environment where people are going out and making these discretionary type of purchases, whether it's to, upgrade their kitchen with a new refrigerator, add in a home theater system. We're just not doing that right now. And if we are, we're trading down to really the bargain basement prices where there's not much margin. And so I think, this isn't a new story for Best Buy. Everybody kind of knows that this is a company that's struggling. Every year, I think we're supposed to expect same store sales and revenues to drop. It's just a matter of whether or not they drop as much as the market expects. And from a, competitive or kind of landscape environment, when we look at Best Buy versus competitors like Whirlpool, Walmart, Target, even Home Depot and Lowe's, it's really the worst performer of the bunch. And I think it's because this company's just in no man's land. I don't know what would compel someone to say, I have to go to Best Buy tomorrow. It's kind of one of those places that you kind of stop by if you're looking for a home theater and you might price check. But it doesn't seem to have a really great identity of a destination. Even from the digital side of things, we're really not seeing much engagement. So overall, I think the market's kind of got this right, that this is a company in decline. It's just how much water is the ship taking on and how quickly. That's what we'll find out on this earnings call.
God, what am I supposed to say about that? That might be the most negative report that likeFolio has ever given this show, and that's saying something. Now, Andy, this stock has been counted out before, as you know. They've got an interesting place in retail where they sell things that you normally wouldn't think. You think you can buy cheaper places, but yet their service has saved them over the past. Now, we have to admit, you're right. Discretionary spending has slowed, and especially discretionary spending on electronics has slowed. And, basically Best Buy is all things consumer electronics in every single category. So, the question is, how bad is it? Right? How bad is this? Because they've, expectations were already low, and this stock has weathered storms in the past and put up numbers, or has I guess what I'm saying is, has the clock struck midnight on these guys? Are we bracing here for a bad one?
So I don't know that the clock has struck midnight. It seems to be more of a just kind of war of attrition. This is like, kind of watching Blockbuster and it's kind of final 5 years.
Blockbuster! Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is it's kind of like you're sitting there watching and you just kind of wonder, how is this place still making it? There must be something else going on behind the scenes, and you're right, there is. There's services, there's the digital side of their business. You do feel like you're watching a little bit of a slow death, and I think the data supports that thesis. But I'm with this isn't one that I'm going to go out and bet substantially against into an earnings report, because I think we don't know how bad it is. We think that they probably should have pretty bad guidance, but none of that is new for Wall Street. So I think one thing investors and traders sometimes get wrong is, as you go into an earnings report, it really is about what reality comes out compared to expectations. And that compared to expectations part is really, really important. And expectations for Best Buy are so low, and it's such a low bar that, that they can even get over it. It's kind of like even they can get over it. It's possible that even they can get over it. So the way I think about positioning for Best Buy is, this is a company I'd love to bet against long term. And I want to position myself so that if they do somehow hop over that 1-inch bar off the ground, that I am able to take advantage of that and establish a bearish position that's longer term in nature, that takes advantage of any short-term price movements to the upside.
Yeah, and this company notoriously or historically has been really shareholder friendly. They'll announce buybacks if they miss on earnings. They'll increase dividend. They've got some free cash flow on their sheets. But Andy, when you guys talk about happiness, I know that's one of the key points for you guys at likeFolio as far as data goes. What's the the happiness equate to for this company, because it seems like all the other data is turned the other way, bearish?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, we plot that out against competitors or industry peers, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Target, and Best Buy's in the wrong place. There you see it in our scatter plot. Best Buy's consumer happiness is below 60%. Lowe's and Home Depot are well into the 60s, Target's in the high 60s. The only peer really that Best Buy is beating is Walmart. And I think even that goes away when pricing power comes into consideration and you think about the trade down consumer. So they're not doing a really great job of making their customers really, really happy. But we'll see if they can once again make their shareholders happy with some type of gimmick or idea, or restructure, I think, is possibly in the cards later this year.
Yeah, they've already announced some of the store closings, but as far as brick and mortar goes, they're one of the last men standing in this space after Circuit City.
I was going to say, who remembers Circuit City? Right.
Exactly, I do.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. But Andy, based on all this data you got, what's an earnings score for this one going into the report?
Yeah, we're slightly negative, I would say. But again, though, just like you guys have pointed out, the expectations are so low. I don't think we want to get out of our ahead of our skis too much bearish here, especially after this recent market pullback. I'm more looking for opportunities to get bearish on this name at higher price levels into the future.
All right, great stuff and great data as always. Great conversation. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, it's Andy Swan, co-founder of likeFolio, breaking down the...
he compared it to